Gadsby's Tavern Museum Society for the opportunity to be here with you tonight on this beautiful evening. We are privileged to be in a room that has a decor of the colonial times, right? Nice and warm. No air conditioning. Okay, so I would like to introduce our starting group, and I'm going to try to put my coat on and tie my tie. I haven't tied a tie in 2.5 years. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it tonight. But I want to tell you who's here, and I need your help because I'm a little concerned about what might transpire in the course of the evening. So the way we put this together was mystery in the museum. And we got two of the best ghost storytellers you could imagine, Nikisha Kozik and Jimmy Merritt. They're with Alexandria Colonial Tours. Is that right, Nikisha?
That is right, yes.
Okay, I got that. They are with Alexandria Colonial Tours. But in doing that, I heard from some other people who thought they might be part of the program, and they're a little upset that they aren't. And they're going to be joining us. Now, who are these other people? You may have heard Nicola Flock. Any WETA classical music fans here? Okay? Nicola is in the show. She's introducing us to Mozart and Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and all of those people. Well, she got a little annoyed at me that I selected Nikisha and Jimmy. She thinks it should have been her. I hope she behaves herself when she shows up. But she's not the only one I'm concerned about. I'm also concerned about Sierra Shine. Now, Sierra is an old friend of mine. Sierra and I have done stuff in West Boys and Poets. She used to have a show on I think it was WPFW. She's a talented dancer, and here again, these people are like, why me? Why didn't you select me? Why am I not doing it? Why did you go with them? It drives me crazy. I'm risk averse. I don't like it when you do this, but I hope Sierra, who's also here, similarly behaves herself. Now, one person who's not here, thank God, is Derek McGinty. Are there any old Derek McGinty fans in the room? Yeah. Back in the day, Derek McGinty and Diane Reeves had the best back-to-back 2 hours of radio in history, in Washington history. And Derek was always probing and inquisitive. I carry his questioning around in my mind to this day. Here again, Derek's like, John, I want to be on the show. Well, fortunately, can I put this here for a second? Fortunately, he's not showing up. We gave him the wrong night, we gave him the wrong time, and so fortunately, Derek's not here. Let's see, who else is here that I'm a little worried about? Oh, Jim Cuddy, and I'll stop there. Jim Cuddy, nice guy. He does a production program. He's a voice actor himself, but he's like the rest of them. He's like the rest of us. He won't get off of my back. He won't. It's like, Jim, please drop it. It's Nikisha and it's Jimmy. And just live with it and enjoy it. So they are here. Are they in the room yet? Are they in the room? Jimmy, this is my cue.
Oh, that's the cue. All right. Hello. I don't like drag, but I'm really good at cues, and I feel like I nailed that one. We are so excited to be here. Like we said up front, we are from Alexandria Colonial Tours, a locally owned business here for over 35 years.
I'm Nikisha. This is my esteemed colleague, Jenny.
You can applaud, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. And me, We are here to tell you a ghost story. Has anybody here been on our tours before? Alexander?
Woo!
Yes!
So many.
Did you have me as your guide?
Oh, you had me, she had me.
Oh, then you need to come on mine, because, like, it's much better.
I've set a bar.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming in. And if you haven't been on a tour and you want to be on a tour, or you want to come see us again after this performance, we have a special ticket link just for people in this room if you want your own personal ghost tour through the streets of Alexandria tonight.
Yeah.
So with that said, I think to kind of whet their appetites, we're ghost storytellers. We're in a room with a bunch of people. I think we should tell a ghost story tonight, yeah? All right. So I'm going to let Nikisha really fire this off. So Nikisha, build a mood. Hit us with that exposition. Here comes Nikisha, flying out the gate, telling that ghost story. Here she goes. Ghost story starting now. Ghost coming at you. They're building a mood. Here comes the... Yes,
Jimmy, we
yes.
did not discuss the story we're telling tonight.
We did not discuss the story. Okay.
We were supposed to meet.
Well, we've got, day jobs,
my jobs.
and we both have kids.
We have small children.
Yeah,
So,
but, we know a bunch of ghost stories.
I mean, we know some.
We can just kind of pick one, right? They're all good. We do Laura Schaefer. We can do the Carlisle House. Jack and Pete.
No, the head thing is weird.
Short Jack. Also a weird.
Wait, no. Jimmy, we're at Gadsby's Tavern.
Yes, that's what the flyer said.
Jimmy,
Yes.
we are at Gadsby's Tavern.
Haven't moved since your last sentence.
Jimmy,
Yes.
we
We
are
are at Gadsby's Tavern.
Where
Yes.
that female stranger takes place. We should tell the female strangers.
That makes sense. There's a
That
ghost
makes
story.
sense, right?
Yes.
Yes. You want to hear it. You look excited. Thank you for being
I
excited.
know. Does anyone want to hear this person tell a story that's fake? It's all about ghosts.
What's up, fake? It happened. It's historical. It happened here.
Ghosts are historical. Give me a break. Oh my God. You call yourself a professional.
I mean, I didn't say that, but I am.
Just because you're beautiful and young and blonde doesn't mean that you get to steal my show.
So who are you?
I am the classical music announcer.
Oh,
Yeah, and I read in DMV Radio and TV that you want to steal my show,
Oh,
and
that's not-
instead of doing music, doing the delight.
Oh, no, I don't like
I bet you have billions of TikTok followers.
I don't do the TikToks. I don't know how to do a TikTok.
Oh my God, you're going to tell ghost stories. Well, what I really hope tonight, Nikisha, is that you join your friends, the ghosts. And you join Alexandria forever. I don't ever want to hear your sweet saccharine tones again. I'm out of here.
Nicole, wow. Let me say, that was the most complimentary threat I've ever heard. I feel really good being threatened.
That was a threat on my mind.
Yeah, but she was kind of nice about it. You compliment, threat, compliment. You want it like a sandwich.
Okay, anyway. Can we just start?
Yeah, we'll start the ghost story. So Gadsby's Tavern, this very building. Now, when Gadsby's Tavern first opened its doors, Virginia was not yet even a state.
This is true. So, we're talking year 1816, right? And not only is Virginia not a state yet, but Washington, D.C. is not even our capital. So Alexandria is the hub for our social, our political, and our business dealings in the area, which means a lot of very, very prominent people have walked through these very doors, right? We're talking the likes of George Washington,
Boom!
Thomas Jefferson,
Boom!
James Monroe,
Boom!
James Madison,
Boom!
and my current personal historic crush, the Marquis of Lafayette. I know, they get it.
I just want to say, 2 people got it. The rest of us are kind of weird to have a historical
It's
crush.
not weird, it's very normal.
No, weird to have a current one. That implies there's a list.
Well, Alexander Hamilton was on that list for a while. I mean, he's on the $10 bill.
We're going to unpack this
We
later.
don't have time.
Anyway, beyond the historical crushes, locally, the most famous patron in this building is one that we know startlingly little about. Now the year is 1816, and Alexandria is a portside town, and it has an especially busy shipyard and seaport. On an average day, it is not unusual for 200 to 300 boats to dock over the course of the day, meaning we needed a high level of organization and planning. That's why it's a big shock when one day in early October 1816, a single ship arrives unexpectedly from the Caribbean, drops off only 2 passengers, then leaves. The first is a gentleman described as having the trappings of wealth. He has a finely tailored suit, and he's carrying with him letters of debt, kind of the colonial equivalent of a checkbook. With him is a woman he claims is his wife. She has a long black gown, a black veil over her face, and everyone who gets a good look at her says that she seems pale and sickly.
He brings this woman here to this spot where he acquires a room for her. Room number 8.
Right there. I love being in the room while we tell the story. I'm very excited.
Now, after he sets her up in room number 8, he calls doctors to come and attend upon her. But before allowing them in the room, he gathers them here in this hallway and makes them all swear an unusual oath. He makes these doctors swear that they will never reveal the identity of the woman inside. Though strange, the doctors agree. They go inside and they do their best to administer to her. Unfortunately, the woman does pass away. In his grief-stricken state, this man then goes out and with another letter of debt, buys the most expensive marble tabletop tombstone he can buy for this woman. However, it is here that our story has a weird twist because before the burial happens, this man leaves. He skips town, doesn't go to the burial of his love. The burial happens anyway, and after it is done, these people with these letters of debt go to cash in upon them, but once they try to, they find that they are forgeries. This man has left behind a massive amount of debt. Today, it would be equivalent to over $20,000. That's a lot of money. We were told we were doing the ghost.
But that was great.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
really
so
great. No,
good.
I loved it. That was beautiful.
That was more
So
like an
good.
appetizer. I have a lot more.
Well, we have it. We're doing it.
Yeah, and I don't understand why you keep talking, but I was told to come here for these people. You said $20,000. I'm supposed to get a conversation.
Well, I'm a humble school teacher. I don't have that kind of money.
So I'm gonna be kind. I think I'm gonna need you to find it because if I don't get paid, I drove here, I got here, I performed, I'm ready to perform, but I need my compensation. I'm gonna at least need the down payment so they can get that started at least.
It's $20,000 for 30 seconds.
I believe I was.
I mean, you guys.
I mean, that was pretty good. I'm kind of on her side right now. That was
I don't
great.
have $20,000
Oh,
to you.
right.
Okay, look, I would need somebody to get my money, because if I don't, I'm gonna show you the real chaos, okay? I'm gonna show you the real rap. Keep playing with me, watch.
The important thing is she seemed fine with me.
Yeah, that's important. Cool.
You good?
Yeah, I'm great.
Feeling all right?
That was threat number 2. I'm doing great.
Less complimentary than the first one.
It was.
Yeah, a little scary. All right, so back to the story. The gentleman leaves town over $20,000 in debt. Now let's take a moment and let's put ourselves in the mindset of John Gadsby, the owner of the Tavern. Let's put ourselves in the mindset of these 3 doctors who tried to help her. And let's put ourselves in the mindset of the parishioners of the church whose donations are now paying for this tombstone. Someone makes you swear to keep a secret. Then they leave town owing you tens of thousands of dollars. Would you keep that secret? No, none of us would, right? Number 1, that was really good, whoever did that. No one would, because number 1, Number one, we want revenge against this guy. We don't owe this guy anything. We want payback. Number two, if we circulate word of who he is, someone might find him, bring him back, we will get our money back. But, strangely enough, despite all these reasons, everyone keeps this secret. To this day, we do not know who this woman is. She is buried 3 miles from here at St. Paul's. Her tombstone simply reading, "Here lies the female stranger."
Yeah, here lies the female stranger. Right, sorry, that was weird. Right, this story has gripped Alexandria for like literally hundreds of years.
Literally 206 years in one day. She
And
died
one
October 14, 1816. I did my homework, you're welcome.
Yeah. Because this story has been around for so long, it has gripped the residents of Alexandria. We want to know, who is this woman, right? And we have so many speculations and conspiracy theories, and I'd really, really love to share with you my very favorite conspiracy theory. It has to do with Hamilton, and I'm a theater teacher, and it just makes me very, very excited.
Check this out.
Okay, so this is what happened. We have Theodosia Burr, right? Theodosia Burr is the daughter of Aaron Burr, right? And Aaron Burr has put himself in a self-imposed exile, and Theodosia is in a very deep depression because of this, right? Because she loves her father, she wants to be with him. So he put himself in exile because he has killed Alexander Hamilton.
Spoilers! I haven't watched it yet, come on!
It's been on Broadway for 7 years.
I was gonna watch it tomorrow, I just got Disney Plus.
Get your life together, man. Regardless, she is upset he is gone. After quite some time, he said he's going to come back, and when he does, she sails to go meet him. Right? She hasn't seen him in years, but when she goes to sea, she's inexplicably lost.
Now,
Derek McGinty is in the hizzy. I'm super late. It's a heck of a drive from Northwest DC. Let me tell you.
I'm Nikisha. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure, sort of, to meet you. I don't know what you're
I
doing
am
here.
sure whatever you're doing, I'm on your side. I'm kind of feeling what you're doing.
Some serious stuff. You guys are telling ghost stories.
Well, first of all, ghost stories are very serious.
Like,
No, these people are enjoying our story. These people are enjoying our
But I was promised a spot out here, and I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're here.
I don't know why she's here either, jeez. Right? I mean,
This is not right. I've never been through anything.
This isn't right, Jimmy. You could have met me just once.
you know my name of this, I've never met you before. It's just better.
I'd like to laugh at this, but there's not that much that's funny. And I'm going to tell you something. Keep this up.
Oh my God.
What goes around comes around. And something kind of bad could happen to you.
Yeah, watch yourself.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's because, things do happen. People treat
There's just
other
like a
people
Google
bad.
way to yeah. Put that out there.
Well, them might be the ones who get you. I'm just saying.
I feel like people.
Sorry, bro. I would leave, but now I'm mad, so I'm staying.
You should no, you're right. You should stay.
All right,
You are unbelievable.
Sorry, I just thought I should maybe be on
Finish
this
the
side.
story.
All right, so Theodosia Burr, lost at sea. Now, afterwards, there is a pirate who, on his deathbed, yes, our ghost stories have pirates. I love my job. There is a pirate who, on his deathbed, claims that he was on board a ship that attacked Theodosia Burr. He says everyone on board was killed, except for Theodosia Burr, who became a mistress of the pirate captain. He says the two flee to the Caribbean, only returning to Virginia in her dying days so she could pass away in America. Is it possible Theodosia Burr died in that room? Did the pirate captain's criminal connections frighten everyone into keeping the secret? We can't know for sure, and that's just one of many.
I can't take this anymore. Who do you people think you are? You!
Yeah, her. Let's really focus on her.
Yeah,
Alright.
all of these stories of you screwing people over,
I
including me.
Including him.
Who am I?
Who is he?
I don't know!
Jim Cuddy, it's my production company. Oh, maybe they're already here to get you.
Yeah.
My production company is gonna handle all of the programming, the dancing, the radio shows, the television shows, all of it. Audio, video, lighting. I have spent countless hours, untold amounts of money,
No.
trying to get people, to get equipment. I need staff.
Oh.
And now you're here telling your little ghost story.
You should be ashamed.
I mean, just absolutely pathetic.
Whoa,
You know
whoa,
what?
that's
You want
absurd.
sweet justice? You
No.
want sweet justice here? You will be a ghost of one of your stupid stories. Absolutely pathetic.
Okay, first of all, they're not serious. They're very serious.
The important thing is none of them have pointed at me so far. I think we can both agree.
Pirate captain.
Pirate captain, yes, conspiracy theories. Now there are a lot of wild conspiracy theories about who that woman could have been. I've heard a variety of them. I've heard she could have been deposed French royalty. I've heard about a bizarre love triangle involving the occult. I've heard there were con artists pulling the same scam up and down Potomac. Story after story after story. And when I was researching the folklore of the female stranger and deciding how I wanted to share her story with people, I got lost in a lot of these conspiracies because they're so weird and cool and interesting. But I didn't know if that was actually doing her justice. So what I did is I drove 3 miles to St. Paul's and I went to go visit her tomb. And I didn't know how I was expecting to feel when I saw it. Would I be creeped out? Would I be curious? But really, when I saw the grave of the female stranger, what I really felt was sad. And the reason I felt sad is I compared her tomb to all the tombs around her. And all around her, on those gravestones, I see the evidence of a life well lived. Mother, sister, friend, cousin. But on her tomb, there's just nothing. It's just a void. And it made me think about when she dies here, she creates a mystery. But she also left a mystery behind. Wherever she came from, there were people that loved her. Wherever she came from, there were people that probably wanted to mourn her and didn't know how. And she creates a void here, and she also left a void behind. And I think this void is probably why she has not yet been able to move on, because the ghost of the female stranger still walks the halls of Gadsby's Tavern.
Room number 8 looks out upon the street. People who pass by will sometimes report looking up at the window and seeing a woman in a long black dress with a long black veil passing by. Sometimes they say that she stops at the window, puts her finger to her lips, and disappears. The people who work here at Gadsby's Tavern have reported even closer encounters. One story is of a young woman who worked here for a summer waiting tables. One night she goes into the kitchen by herself and is gathering up plates, and she stops because she feels a presence behind her. So she turns and she sees a woman in a long black dress with a long black veil. They stare at each other for a moment until the woman puts her finger up to her lips and says, "Shh," and then vanishes. This poor girl drops her plates, screams, and quits her job.
Now, I eat at Gadsby's Tavern as often as I can, and every time I do, I always ask my waitress or waiter if they have a story to share about the female stranger, and often they do. One thing I find interesting is when she moves about the tavern, she often seems to be a helpful spirit. I was talking to one waitress who told me that one afternoon she's trying to restock and can't find something she needs. She's walking around the kitchen saying, "Napkins, napkins, where are the napkins?" At which point a box of napkins fell off the counter, almost as if something had walked by and pushed it. A waiter told me a story that one night he's closing down for the night, he's walking around blowing out all of the candles in the main tavern when he hears behind him someone else blowing out candles as well. He assumes it is a co-worker, but turns around and finds himself alone in the room. Now, a footnote to this story. Many of you know that George Washington held birthday balls here in 1797 and 1798. And Gadsby's Tavern still makes that a somewhat annual event. You come, you wear colonial clothes, you eat colonial foods, you do colonial dances, and they come right right now, right?
I'm sure that's something.
This is me at the club right here. Now, 15 years ago, they're having one of these birthday balls, and a woman actually comes dressed as the female stranger. Long black gown, black veil over her face. Now, people aren't quite sure what to make of this. Some people think it's in bad taste. A woman died here, after all. Others think it's kind of funny and interesting. Others think it's some kind of marketing campaign. And people aren't sure what to make with it. And over the course of the night, a few people try to talk to her, but she stays in character all night. Anytime they approach, she just puts her finger to her lips and continues moving about the ballroom. Finally, towards about halfway through the party, she starts working her way to room number 8, the room in which the female stranger had died. Now, Gadsby's Tavern staff does not want anyone going in there, so 2 employees follow her, worried this is some kind of performance art piece that may damage the room. She steps into room 8, closes the door behind her. Someone following runs in and opens the door several seconds later. Despite the fact that there is no other exit from that room, they find it completely empty, except for a single candle on the mantelpiece. Its wick still hot. Even though she died 206 years ago this weekend, the female stranger still walks the halls at Gadsby's Tavern. Nikisha, you okay?
No, I don't. This corset should be tight.
Those corsets too tight. You okay there? Nikisha?
Sorry I'm late. Traffic is just all over the place. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
I checked her pulse. This woman is dead.
Dead? How the hell am I going to interview her now? Let's be whiz. Check her again.
I'm going to check as many times as I think I can get away with a bit.
What's the matter with your face? You threatened me.
We got a couple. I'm gonna go get help, and I guess I should call her kids. You do whatever you can.
Wow. I came here to interview a teacher who just finished a wonderful book about Anne Boleyn, who lost her head, so I guess it's a little bit of coincidence. But anyway, this is quite something, isn't it? You got 5 or 6 other people, all threatening this beautiful girl over there. One of them wants to kill her, I guess. I don't really know. So I tell you what we're going to do. Instead of me interviewing her, I'm going to interview all the other people that came up, because I think most of them are suspects, if not all. And you guys are going to help me figure out which one of them did her in. Did her in. That's right. So, let's have Nicole McQuarrie come up.
Why?
Why? Because notwithstanding your charming personality, warm, you threatened her. But rather than, come on up.
You misinterpret.
Maybe I have.
But I just meant that she's spiritual,
Fabulous.
like a ghost. Spiritual.
Well, welcome to Reading, Writing, Now. And as I do with every guest on the show, I always ask them to tell the audience your background. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Why would the audience care?
Because we think you're a suspect and it may help them figure it out.
That's why I shouldn't tell them anything.
Well, can you tell us where you might have grown up?
Oh, a variety of places. Laos, Thailand, and West Africa.
Can you tell us how you became so successful so quickly?
No one becomes successful quickly. It's always hard work.
Hard work.
And, maybe pushing the lesser people aside.
So how many lesser people do you think you actually pushed aside in your career?
Oh, 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
I mean, a lot of people will say, you know, that they've been victimized by me. No, you're lying.
You've become known as the voice of classical music in the DC metro area. How did it make you feel when you achieved such level of fame or notoriety?
But I wouldn't let anyone else, including Keisha, get in my way.
So on the radio station you worked for, if there was an upcoming star or starlet, would you try to encourage them to get better, or would you get in their way?
What do you mean by getting in their way?
Like, step on them because they're a little person.
Oh, you know, you can make things happen. You can take a computer system and make it crash, just by they're going on the air. I think that's just one example.
So what are some other ways you might undermine someone's career?
Oh, well, you know, I was talking about TikTok earlier. You can do one of those little reel thingies and just, you know, just talk about them and, you know, maybe hint that they're not what they seem to.
Now, if you said someone is trying to steal your thunder or steal your show, as you may have said earlier, how does that make you feel?
Like I want to get rid of them, wipe them off the face of the earth.
So when you said earlier this evening that Nikisha was trying to steal your thunder and steal your show, did that mean you were trying to get rid of her?
I would sort of, you know, gently escort her. You know, sometimes something is champagne, so it's a nice way to go, right? We all have to go.
So, Nicole, let me ask you another question. Are you the kind of person that generally means what you say?
No.
So you just say things off the cuff and you don't really have any substance behind it?
Isn't that what a jock does?
Well, no, I mean as a person. Isn't that part of your character, to stand behind your words?
Why should I? Who else does? Nobody else does. Why should I?
Well, because I think words are important. I know when I write something or say something to somebody, I certainly want them to believe me. I don't want to think that I'm lying to them.
Why not? Why not? What is it? Hyperbole?
I'm not talking.
Excessive hyperbole? I think I've heard that phrase
There's a difference
thrown
between
around.
excessive hyperbole and not meaning what you said. So, for example, if you say, "I'll loan you $100," but then you walk away, leaving me in debt, that might be excessive hyperbole.
But isn't that what our friend, the sea captain did? $20,000?
Well, that was a different person, that didn't affect you. So, what you said to her was, "I won't let her get away with this, and I've had enough."
Have you heard, Delilah? Do you have problems with your love life? I will play you a piece of music, an algorithm that was chosen somewhere, and you will feel so much better. That's what she wants. Do you think that that is a good addition to our cultural life?
No, what I know is not a good addition to our cultural life is when somebody appears to have had enough to stomp on people that are below it. Nikisha was simply trying to get into the radio world.
Well, she said that it wasn't.
But you still threatened her. Do you feel bad about threatening
No, why should I?
her? So you admit you did threaten her.
Of course I threatened her.
Were you serious with the threat?
I have 8 grandchildren, and I threaten every single one of them.
Does anybody have CPS on their speed dial? I don't know what to say. I think you're right up there in the prime spot
Prime
as a
suspect.
suspect. Does anybody else have a question for her? Anybody else have a question for her? Raise your hand.
Why'd you do it?
Oh, you jumped to conclusions, methinks.
On a
There
scale,
are 3 other suspects, if I'm not wrong.
there might be more.
There might be more. I don't know why you pick on me, because I'm a woman.
Oh.
No. Why did you single out Delilah as the show that Nikisha wanted to do on your station?
Because that was what was in radio and TV news. They wanted to replace me with a Delilah sound-alike.
That's a really good reason to kill somebody. Anybody else have a question for her? How many things she did? Not All right. I have no more questions. Now, we also then had a brief interlude with a wonderful dancer, but she seems to have quite the temper. So let's have Sierra Shine. No, the other Sierra Shine. Well, reading, writing, writing. So, where'd you grow up?
Here.
In Gadsby, Tavern.
Yes, sure. No, I grew up in Washington, D.C. and Prince George's County, Maryland.
Wow. Tough areas.
Of course, I'm a tough girl. Who else am I here trying to get my money?
So, I grew up in the Bronx.
Oh, that area.
Yeah, so, where I grew up, if things didn't go your way, something had a situation, somebody took care of it for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, how did you feel when you got jilted out 20 grand?
Upset. And everybody here knows that. I'm upset. Angry. I want my money. Wouldn't you want your money?
Yeah.
All right, then.
So would you say you're the kind of person that would take any kind of steps to get even?
I would say I'm that type of person, yes.
Including killing someone?
I'm gonna be my lawyer person.
Well, you're not on the road. And as Nicole said, lying comes pretty easy. So you can say what you want. That's what I think. No, I'm not going to touch it.
My mama raised me a little bit smarter than that. I'm gonna be my lawyer person.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You're a fabulous dancer.
Thank you.
And is there a lot of pressure on dancing?
Oh, absolutely.
As much as any other performer?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Even top athletes?
Absolutely.
So if you got injured, that would cost you a lot of money?
Yes.
So you're always one step from disaster.
3 steps, really. Yes.
3 steps. Wow.
One, yes.
And when you get out there on the stage and you're dancing in front of thousands of people, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good. Makes me feel seen. I mean, everybody likes to feel seen. It makes me feel important. It makes me feel just really great inside. Fulfilling.
Now, and it's almost rock star qualities.
Yes. I like that. Rock star quality.
So, average performance, how much do you put? Round numbers.
$20,000.
$20,000. That's a lot of money.
It is. That's why I don't understand where somebody
So, let me ask you this, so when you had made the arrangement to come here and perform for $20,000, who'd you do that with?
who did I do that? I got a text message. My phone. I think I got it from the host.
The host. So you're assuming that Nikisha said it,
Yeah, of course.
but you didn't actually test the number to see who else might say it.
No, I didn't think about that. No.
But you're angry,
Yes.
and your anger is directed towards Nikisha.
Yeah, I mean, she was the one who was talking. She was the big one. She was the one when I came up, she was talking the most.
But you don't even know if she's the one who contracted.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
So is it possible you murdered the wrong person?
I didn't say I murdered anybody.
So how would you get even?
I grew up in DC. I have people that know people, like you said,
But either way, you're responsible, one way or the other.
but I did it.
So you get-
But I'm a mom of a 3-year-old. Right, y'all heard of this. I'm a mother. I'm a good person. I'm a dance teacher. I teach kids. I think I pretty much live a very lovely, peaceful, balanced life. Murder is not on my resume.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sierra. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Did everybody think she did? So far, you're 2 for 2. No, nobody thinks she did. Wow. Angry.
She's got a lawyer on speed dial.
She's got a lawyer on speed dial. Comes from some rough areas. Knows the people who know people that might know other people. And we all know this. Anyway, she's got quite the story. Makes herself sound innocent. I mean, it tells me if you were from a rough area, and you were that angry, the first thing I'd want to say is, well, I may get angry, but I certainly wouldn't murder you. Anyway, so let's move on. You know, we had another fairly recognizable name up here who seemed to be a little bit upset as well. And so let's have Derek begin. Welcome to Reading, Writing, and Ralph. So Derek, tell us a little bit about your career.
I grew up here in Washington, started my on-air career at a local radio station, and then ended up at WAMU, did the talk show for a long time. I'm always glad for both of my fans. I don't know how they both ended up here. I appreciate it. And, that was why it was so upsetting because, I retired. I left Channel 9 in 2015. So, everybody kind of forgets about you. And this was a good opportunity for me to just sort of keep my hand in the game. And all of a sudden, somebody told me, somebody talked about it. I was disappointed.
Now, you've been involved in a couple shows that have won Emmys.
Yes.
Could you tell everybody which two those were?
To be honest with you, I can remember one of the stories. It was a story about cops in Baltimore and they were surveilling everybody. Whole piece on that.
And you've also worked with Brian Gump.
I did.
ESPN.
At HBO's Real Sports.
Two good outfits. So, now, are you an Ohio State fan? Is that
College football fan. I watched the Alabama game.
They did.
Go Bulls!
In overtime? Now, I'm even mad that I wasn't before because I missed a game and didn't get to have a participation, didn't get to have an event here. What kind of thing is that?
What kind of thing is that?
What kind of thing is that?
I'll tell you what kind of thing it is. Who remembers Coach Paul Bryant, the Bear?
I went to LSU.
Go Tigers!
Well, Coach Bryant used to say, many a great Alabama team has fallen in Knoxville.
Well, listen. I can say things about Coach Bryant, but I'll leave him alone.
But you like performing. You're in the spotlight. You've enjoyed a great career in the public. And how does that make you feel?
I like it. It's nice. I like to be. I'm an extrovert, so I don't mind attention. I like to be you know, I like the opportunity to put my talents on display. Another reason why I was like, what is happening here?
So it makes you feel important, king of the heat,
More like along lines of
fulfilling. That's a good choice.
Oh, thank you.
So,
okay.
Thank you.
so,
I just don't know
What
why
happened
Nicole
here?
killed her. I don't know why Nicole did it. I just really think that, you know, it's really unfortunate. Because I would never have done such a thing.
I have to ask you, are you a man of your word?
I am.
You are. So when you said bad stuff is gonna happen, what do you mean by that?
Well, you know, the world has a way of turning around. And, you know, you do something that's not fair or not right, you may think you're getting away with it. And maybe not. Maybe things come back around on you, as maybe they did.
So what goes around comes around, you also said that.
I did see that. You never know how things are going to, you know, when you do things that aren't right, sometimes the universe will take revenge.
Do you think you have any effect on the universe?
Me personally,
Yeah.
well, if I do things that aren't right, I figure it might come back and get me. But I haven't done anything that was not right, so I'm not worried.
So how do you think Lakeisha died?
Nicole killed it. I mean, that's
You also said something else to her. You said you're gonna regret it. Okay. That sounds like a threat.
and
You said that.
and she regrets it, right?
You said.
Well, I did say that. That doesn't mean I did it. But you know, I just thought that something might happen. Was I wrong?
Let me ask you another question. Who booked you to get on the show?
Good question. I got a phone call and a text, but I'm not exactly sure who it was from. It just said, come here, be a big opportunity, get your face back out there. Who knows, maybe there's some opportunities to come out. So I was very excited, but I wasn't sure exactly who sent the text.
So then you never bothered to.
Well, I figured I would come here and meet the person. 'Cause I didn't know. So I figured I'd come here and meet them, and we can have a conversation, and then, you know, but I was late because the traffic was so terrible, which you alluded to.
Yeah, I did. We
Traffic was terrible. So I was late, so I didn't get a chance to have that conversation. But instead, I'm confronted by some freaking ghost stories. And the rest is history.
We have a few more ghost stories though, as it's going tonight. So you're a man of your word. You said some harsh things to her,
I did.
but you didn't mean them as threats.
No, I did not mean them as personal threats like I was going to do. No.
And we should believe it.
Well, I just said no.
Anybody have any questions?
So you don't know who booked you, and you were late. Are you sure you weren't 24 hours late or 24 hours early?
Well, yes, I'm sure I'm not that late. I've been late, but not usually that late.
Interesting, because we heard that you weren't given tonight's date. So it's really surprising that we're actually seeing you.
No, you know, I can't really speak. I can't speak to that. You should speak to the person who told you that. Who was it?
The person who booked you.
Now we're making some progress. See, but you know, mostly I think it still really points to Nicole as the one who.
Well, I think if you showed up at work, if you're assuming you're still working,
Right.
and you were going to your normal spot in the radio station or the TV station, and somebody else was in your chair, how would you feel?
I would feel kind of funky. I have a bad attitude.
How bad?
Wouldn't be good.
You have a temper?
No. I wouldn't try to punch the person out. I would just say, maybe I would grab and throw him on the floor or something. But I would just depending on how much bigger.
So, have you ever thrown anybody on the floor and they got injured?
No, because nobody's ever been in my chair when I got there. Usually at least let you know that they're kicking you out before somebody else just shows up.
So if somebody was in your chair and they were half your size, you would still throw them on the floor?
Probably.
And most likely you hurt.
I don't know. A 2-foot fall off the chair, so, you know.
You drown in an average 6 inches of water.
That's another option.
Thank you for coming on. We've got some great actors and some stone cold liars. I mean, it's incredible. So far, we've had 3 people come up. They all have reason to kill him. And everyone says some bad things. And everyone says, I didn't really need it. I don't know where I came from to get a threat like that. You don't follow through on it, somebody else gets it. But they're all very angry. Let's have Jimmy come on. Where's Jimmy?
Where is Jimmy? Hi, Jimmy.
Come on up, Jimmy.
He did it.
Hi, Jimmy.
Wild accusations, right out the gate. I was out there calling her family.
Hey, Jimmy, what's your mobile phone number?
I don't have a phone, I'm colonial. What manner of devilry is this? Cell phones? What?
No, we're trying to understand what's going on here. So we've got a few more people interviewed, but you're right in the middle of things. So people keep reporting that they were contacted by a phone number that they didn't recognize. Where was I? There. Sorry. People were contacted by a phone number they didn't recognize. So it was either you or Nikisha that contacted.
I think it's been clearly established that Nikisha was out there rabble-rousing.
I wouldn't say rabble-rousing. Somebody was trying to get business, or trying to get business and then jilt it. But anyway, how long have you known Nikisha?
5 years, she's been one of my dearest friends.
And can you describe your business relationship?
Ralph, wait a second. This isn't champagne. The female, was Nikisha? Oh, wait a minute, you were the only one here. Jimmy?
See, I told you it was
She
Jimmy.
pointed at you. She pointed at you. You, Derek, where's Derek? You don't know who sent that text.
I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I got a few questions for you, John.
Yeah, John did it! John did it! John did it! John!
I'm trying to help you solve the crime.
I know you are.
What's in the bag, Jimmy?
I've got a few questions for you.
You stay where you are.
So you don't move. So anyway, tell everybody about your career.
There's nothing to tell. I'm just a guy. I'm
Don't
just
be modest.
You tell us about your career.
You prosecute bad people.
I did prosecute bad people.
And I would imagine that you attain a level of partnership.
I prosecuted people like Jimmy. I prosecuted people like Nicole.
But John, what did you learn from that?
That's right. What did you learn from that, John?
I
Let's
learned.
not pester the man.
I learned never to commit a crime. I learned to walk the straight and narrow. And that's all I've ever done. Don't insinuate that I somehow.
I'm not insinuating.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, the two of us are innocent together. We're all agreed.
Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Oh my God. Are you a prosecutor?
Let me ask you this question.
Oh, go ahead.
So, being that you were a prosecutor and very successful, you would know how to put together the perfect crime.
Well.
Huh?
Don't give me the I wouldn't know how to put together the perfect crime. I would know how to solve the perfect crime. Here is the poison.
So are you telling
Wait a second. Whose show is this?
So are you telling me that if you know how to prosecute perfect crime, you don't know how to re-engineer it into?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm
But
telling
you know that's not true.
Isn't that the truth?
No.
What? No. That's right. If
Come
you know
on,
how
you're
to
on my
solve a
side.
crime, you know how to cover the tracks and commit the crime.
Not true.
Yes.
Hey, Jimmy. Well,
Jimmy wanted Nikisha's tours.
please, I'm trying, I'm beginning to perspire and I never got my file. I'm leaving. I didn't do this.
Yeah, we didn't
I'm
do
glad I was
this.
here.
Yeah, let's get out
All
of
right,
here.
you two, get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
This is the guy.
This guy
This is
definitely.
the guy.
Hey, Jimmy, buddy,
I think I see Jimmy here. Hold this.
hold that glass. Jim, buddy.
I see his fingerprint. I see his fingerprint on the slide. Hold it. What? This will be a text. Jimmy, you take a sip.
Wait a minute, don't sip it yet.
Yeah, I shouldn't sip it.
Jim Cuddy, how much time did you spend in the Amazon?
Yeah, Jim Cuddy, this guy.
Oh my God. How much time did you spend in the Amazon?
Amazon.
Amazon.
I haven't been in the Amazon.
Oh, you've been to the Amazon. We know you have.
Well, I might have stopped in.
And you spent some time with the native people there, the indigenous.
Hey!
I was checking something.
Were some of them witch doctors?
They may have been.
Did they develop potions?
They may have.
Were those potions effective?
They were.
How effective?
I felt pretty good. Tell you what, I felt a lot better than her.
So you become familiar, any of them deadly?
Everything's deadly to a point.
So, how did you feel about it, Tricia? She cost you some money, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cost me a lot of money and
A lot of money.
So you met her when you did the contract, or was that over the phone? Or was it by
No, as a
text?
matter of fact, I got an email,
An email,
and it was a Gadsby's Tavern Museum email.
but no name.
No name. It was a very hush-hush kind of thing.
So we don't know who really sent that.
I don't recall. No, I don't recall who it was on there. I mean, I could check.
But you had a motive. She cost you a lot of money. She didn't finance your business. She doubled back. Or maybe it wasn't her, but it could have been Jimmy.
What? No one's even mentioned.
You're familiar with deadly potions. How do we feel about this guy?
Yeah. Very suspicious.
Here's that glass of champagne. Drink it.
I'm not a big drinker. I'm doing another tour after this. The last thing I want to do is have any level of intoxication during a performance for these fine people. These people that love me so much.
Is there a reason that you don't want to drink that?
Like I said, I just want to make sure I'm clear-headed to tell all the ghost stories throughout the evening when I take these fine people out of the streets of Alexandria.
How many people think that guy did it? Well, as Lucy said to Ricky, you got a lot of explaining to do.
I have a confession to make. I mocked Nikisha's historical crush, but I mocked it because I have a historical crush of my own. I'm in love with the female stranger.
You poisoned me because you're in love with a female stranger?
There's 10 more steps. I'm getting there. Now, I believe that perhaps she is trapped in this building because people still tell her story. That's why, at the beginning of the show, I pretended to not know we were in Gadsby's. That's why I tried to keep recommending other stories to tell. And now I knew the only way to get them to stop telling her story was to create a new ghost story here in Gadsby's. That's why I didn't defend Nikisha when all these new people came in and attacked her. And that's why I poisoned her drink. But we're like cool, right?
Are we cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
You tried to kill me.
Try.
I mean,
Where's my money?
listen, I'm gonna forgive you because we have to give a tour after this.
Thank you, that's all I ask.
Like, it's awkward if we have to.
Yeah, we don't want to make it like weird at work. I don't think we should bring that up to HR.
HR.
You know,